PSA Flight 182 was seconds from landing when it collided with a Cessna over San Diego. September 25, 1978. A Pacific Southwest Airlines Boeing 727-214, registration N533PS, departed Sacramento on a routine Monday morning flight to San Diego. 128 passengers and 7 crew members were aboard. The weather was clear. Visibility was 10 miles. PSA Flight 182 made a brief stop in Los Angeles before continuing south to San Diego's Lindbergh Field. The approach into Lindbergh was well known to PSA crews, a descent over residential neighborhoods, threading between terrain and the bay. Captain James McFerron and First Officer Robert Fox had flown it many times. Meanwhile, a Cessna 172 Skyhawk, registration N7711G, was practicing instrument approaches at Lindbergh Field. Student pilot David Boswell and instructor Martin Casey were flying under visual flight rules, but receiving radar advisories from San Diego Approach Control. 2 aircraft, 1 airspace, 1 controller managing both. At 0900 hours local time, San Diego Approach advised PSA 182 of traffic at 12 o'clock. The Cessna, 1 mile ahead. First Officer Fox replied, "Traffic in sight." The crew had visual contact. Then the Cessna began a right turn. Approach Control issued no further warnings. The 727 continued its descent. At 0901 and 47 seconds, the cockpit voice recorder captured the flight engineer asking, "Are we clear of that Cessna?" First Officer Fox responded, "I guess." Captain McFerron then said, "I hope." The crew had lost sight of the Cessna. They did not inform approach control. The 727 was descending through 2,600 feet at 170 knots. Seconds later, the Cessna 172 appeared directly below and ahead of the 727. The Boeing's right wing struck the Cessna from above, shearing it apart instantly. The collision severed the 727's right wing leading edge and damaged the hydraulic systems. The cockpit voice recorder captured one final transmission. "Tower, we're going down. This is PSA." At 0902 and 7 seconds, PSA Flight 182 struck the ground in the residential neighborhood of North Park, San Diego. The aircraft was nearly inverted, traveling at over 300 miles per hour. The impact destroyed the aircraft and multiple homes along Dwight Street and Nile Street. A massive fire erupted across several blocks. All 135 people aboard the 727 perished. Both occupants of the Cessna were killed. 7 people on the ground lost their lives. 9 homes were destroyed. The total death toll was 144. It was the deadliest air disaster in California history. San Diego's emergency services responded within minutes, but there were no survivors to rescue. The National Transportation Safety Board investigation determined the probable cause was the failure of the PSA flight crew to comply with the requirement to maintain visual separation from the Cessna. The crew had reported traffic in sight, then lost visual contact, but never communicated this to approach control. The system had a critical gap. Contributing factors included the Cessna's right turn into the 727's flight path and limitations in the air traffic control procedures governing mixed VFR and IFR traffic near busy airports. The conflict alert system available to controllers was not yet operational at San Diego. The tools existed. They simply had not been deployed. The crash of PSA 182 transformed American airspace. Congress mandated terminal control areas around major airports, requiring all aircraft to carry transponders and maintain radio contact with ATC. The FAA accelerated deployment of the Traffic Collision Avoidance System, TCAS, which would become standard on all airliners. San Diego's airspace was immediately reclassified. Today, a small memorial stands in North Park, near the corner of Dwight and Nile Streets. 144 names. One moment of failure. Decades of change. Every TCAS alert that sounds in a cockpit today traces part of its lineage to this quiet San Diego neighborhood and the lessons written in its loss. If this story moved you, subscribe for more aviation history. Remember the 144. Fly safe.